Last week I got an email from the folks at RAVPower and asked if I wanted to review one of their new products. It is the Multifunction Wi-Fi Disk with built-in 3000 milliamp power bank. I said, sure, that sounds really exciting. I actually was really excited to try it because, you know, it's no secret that I'm a bit of a photo geek. I really love photography, photo accessories, camera accessories, things that make me feel like I'm living in the future, like iFi cards that have both, you know, SD memory in here and a wireless access point, all sandwiched in this little device. These are similar to iFi cards in a way. They allow you to get your pictures from your camera to your smartphone, tablet, or computer. And this is a pretty slick little device. So let's break down what I just said about it. It is a Wi-Fi access point, it is a battery, and it is an SD card and USB storage reader. Now, let's break that down even further. So it's powered by a 3000 milliamp battery that can power the device, or you can use it to charge up a phone. So you just plug it into this little USB port here, that's powered, and then that will charge up your phone or your tablet. A 3000 milliamp battery is probably going to give you about one full charge on a normal smartphone. One of your big smartphones, not quite as much, maybe 3/4 of a charge or half a charge, and the same for like a Nexus 7 tablet or an iPad. It's not going to charge it completely, but it is going to put some juice into it. It also has a little SD card slot for sliding an SD card into. Now, this USB not only can be used to charge things, but you can also plug a card reader in there if you have compact flash, or you can actually plug in an external hard drive into that and it will read it as well. I have this little no-name brand external hard drive, and it would power it, but I couldn't get it in it, and it read and it knew what disk was plugged in, but I couldn't get it to read anything off that. But I have been very successful in getting it to read SD cards, both SD cards that I've put stuff onto, like movies, music, videos. Movies and videos are basically the same thing, aren't they? And SD card that I just popped out of my camera and is full of JPEGs and RAW images, but we'll talk about what you can do with RAW in just a second. So you slide it in there, and then it acts as a Wi-Fi access point that you connect to with your smartphone, tablet, or computer, and you can access the contents of that SD card that you just slid in there. It's quite slick. Over here I have the app open, and now you might think, well, that's kind of inconvenient. I can only browse what's on here. What about connecting to the internet at the same time? Maybe you weren't thinking that, but now you are. The truth is, through a wizard on the Mac or PC side, there's a little bit of a setup process, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by how easy the setup process was. Usually these products that don't have a name I've never heard of behind them come over from China. Their manuals are a little rough at times, and this one is actually quite good. The instructions make sense. The wizard that you walk through to set this up to act as a Wi-Fi pass-through unit works very nicely. I think it helped that I understood each of the steps, but really all I was doing was clicking next. And so now this is connected to my internet here, my Wi-Fi, and it's passing that on to any devices that are connected to it, which allows those devices to both access what's on the SD card and surf the internet, not necessarily at the same time, but without switching back and forth with Wi-Fi access points. If you're out in the middle of the woods and there is no internet, that doesn't matter. You can still connect to this device, but of course you're not going to be surfing the internet. You're just going to be connecting to this device and pulling the files off. So right here I have the device, the app open. There's a free app for both Android and iOS, and it's reading the SD card, and so I can tap that and it opens up. And I have two video files there, a downloaded The Legend of Korra and a folder of photos, and you can see that they come up quite nicely, and I can click one and see that it's larger, and I can scroll through some photos that I've taken. Some of those you might recognize if you watch my other videos, and I can go back here and I can bring up a video that will launch in Android in the default video player you have set and play quite nicely. Now, the streaming speed of this does not seem to be amazing and very high quality HD videos that are going to be on your SD card or device that you've connected this to are probably not going to stream quite as nice as you would like. I have an iPad around here somewhere. I think it might still be connected to this. Same app here. It's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to bring up that other movie. This is a... You're not going to be able to see that. It's loading actually quite nicely now. This is an uncompressed HD video that is quite big, and you can see that it loaded about 6 seconds before it paused. But then it's doing a nice job of loading the rest, and I can hit play, and the rest of it is loading up as well. So again, large HD files are going to give this some issue, but your kind of compressed files that you get online, normally watching, I think those are going to be just fine. So, and you can just pop this out, and you could pop in a card from, your camera right after you take pictures, plunk it in there, and then you can pull the pictures right off of the card onto your device. You can also take pictures off of your device and movies and put them onto the card. So it is a two-way street right there. It's got a couple different lights on the front of it, lets you know it's battery power, the reading and writing of whatever device you have attached to it, either slid in an SD card, its Wi-Fi, and whether or not it's connected to the World Wide Web. And again, the manual does a nice job of saying if it's blinking, it means this. If it's solid, it means this. If it's red, the battery's about to die. I haven't played with it long enough to give a real sense of its battery power for how long it can run, but from what I've read in other reviews, it's quite enough to watch a movie and of course move files back and forth just fine. It self-charges back up using the little micro USB on the side. So this is kind of a brief review and overview of the RAVPower Multifunction Wi-Fi Disk with built-in 3000 milliamp power bank. For those of you who are traveling down the road, you got a couple of kids in the car, they want to watch videos, they have devices. It's nice to be able to slide an SD card in. It supports SD cards up to 128 gigabyte, so plenty of files on there. Music too, you could obviously stream multiple music to different folks. That's going to be a lot less taxing than a high quality HD video. So there's a link to Amazon to buy this down below. If you have any questions about the RAVPower Wi-Fi Disk with built-in 3000 milliamp power bank, I'd be happy to answer them. Just leave a comment down below, or even better, come over and find me on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching.